Hi everyone, welcome. This is Roxanne with you, and I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing, and for those who are just viewing, please remember to hit subscribe. All right, so today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the reasons we need a therapist. All right, so why do you need a therapist? There might be some critical things that you want to consider, and there are some valid reasons that you want to also consider for actually seeking out and getting the extra support through therapy. All right, so what are some reasons that we need therapy? One of the reasons that's very critical, if you are struggling to make it throughout the day, you're struggling, you're not able to accomplish your goals, and there's some situation or something that's constantly preventing you from functioning in a way that's healthy, then that might be an important thought or reason for you to seek some extra help through therapy. Another important consideration, if you're having disruptive thinking. So if you're, for example, at work, you're constantly distracted with thoughts. These thoughts could be just about anything, but it's not related to your work. It's preventing you from actually accomplishing your job well. So you might be thinking about a conflict that's going on, in your household, or you might be thinking about something in the past, or there's something that's just constantly thoughts that keep coming to you, they're plaguing you, so you're not able to really function well. So the consistency of it is also something that you have to take a look at, and if it's a big distraction, that's something that you have to assess as well. So those are some valid reasons that you want to seek out help. And another one, if you're having disruptive sleep. Okay, so for many persons who struggle with sleep, if you're not rested, then you can't function, you can't make it through the day at work, you're constantly tired, you can't focus well if you're not rested, because that's very important for your strength and your mental strength as well, for you to think and to do whatever you need to get done. So having disruptive sleep is something that's it's very important that you take this very seriously. So when you go to bed at night, you should fall asleep. I would say within the first 30 minutes you should fall asleep. If you find yourself tossing and turning throughout the night, and it takes you like an hour or two to fall asleep, and if there are no other distractions. So if you're trying to fall asleep, you should not really be on your phone or doing other things while you should be trying to get some rest, because those could also those could be distractions as well. So sleep hygiene is very important, so make sure you're paying attention to what you're doing exactly before you go to bed. But if you're having difficulty falling asleep, you want to take a look at that. If you're waking up throughout the night, like 2, 3, 4 times throughout the night, you're not resting at all, that could also be something that you have to assess as well. Constantly thinking before you go to your bed, you're worrying. If you have worrying thoughts too, that's going to be a big mental distraction for you, and that will affect the flow of sleep. Right, so those are two major ones. And another important reason that I might want to seek out some help through therapy, if I'm feeling extremely sad. Almost every minute of the day I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I just feel like I just can't make it through life. I just don't want to be here. I'm just like down in the blue. I'm sad. And if it, and especially if you're constantly crying for, you can't think of, why you're actually crying, that could also be a clear sign. You might need to get in front of a therapist and start talking through some stuff. Get connected with someone who can help you through whatever the challenges might be. And maybe you don't fully understand yet what's going on. You might have some issues that you want to get, just assessed really well, some deep-rooted issues as well. So it's important to get that professional support if you need to. And another reason as well that you might want to seek out some help through therapy, if you're having traumatic thoughts, right? So if you've been through trauma, and that's just like any form of event that's affecting you emotionally, something disturbing that might have happened to you, and you're constantly reminded through, your thoughts, your memory is definitely affected by these negative events. For example, maybe it could be an accident, or if you've been through abuse, or it could be something that sometimes people do overlook, but things like microaggressions, those things do build up and they can affect you emotionally, and they can be extremely traumatic. So those are some things that you might want to consider. It's affecting you. You can't think. You're reliving these experiences all the time. Your thought just keeps going back to the abusive situation or the accident that you're involved in. You're just constantly thinking about it every second, every minute of the day. You're exhausted mentally with these memories. That's definitely a reason to seek out some professional support as well. And another reason you might want to also get some help if you're struggling, you feel so isolated and you find yourself disassociating all the time. So you're zoning out and you're finding yourself almost like in another place mentally just to cope. It's like you're not in the real world. That's a clear sign that you have to get some help to work through it. Other persons may feel, alone. They don't feel that they can talk to persons around them about whatever the situation they're faced with. And sometimes you just want to find someone who is objective, who is confidential, and you feel safe enough to express your concerns as well. So that's, definitely a reason you might want to seek out that help through therapy as well. All right, so those are some tips. Those are some reasons you need to get a therapist if you fall into any of those areas. And if you're struggling, remember the key is you're struggling to make it through and you feel as if you're not able to do this anymore by yourself. That's key. So I hope I did say something to help someone. This is definitely a wrap. Remember to go ahead and take a look at something like the self-care, things like deep breathing, exercises, and just the critical self-care routine that you must have in place. And while you work on actually setting up yourself, if you need a therapist, you want to make sure that you're doing those basic things to take care of yourself as well. All right, so see you again next time.